Well, one-man army against Rajnath Singh in Parliament. Jyotiraditya Scindia is taking on Nalin Kohli in debate number 1. We're going to expand this to 4 participants. But after the first 15 minutes, Jyotiraditya Scindia and Nalin Kohli, welcome. Now, Nalin Kohli, this is now getting really embarrassing, you know. It's getting embarrassing. Not for us. Not for the Congress party. It's getting embarrassing for the BJP. I mean, I never thought that your Home Minister would stand in Parliament and effectively build a case for Masarat Alam. How can you do this? You say there are no grounds. There are no fresh grounds to put this man back in jail. If this was what you wanted to say eventually, then why did Mr. Narendra Modi stand in Parliament and say, "Hamare akrosh ko samjhiye"? What was the outrage for? Why did Rajnath Singh say that nation is bigger than alliance 4 days back? Absolutely. You've destroyed your entire position. People's faith in you is totally and completely shaken. And a man who is venomous and dangerous for the country, you are allowing him to be a free man. Nalin Kohli, you've destroyed your own case, but do you have any defense tonight?
Not true. Yes, I have 4 points to make. In the first case is that there were 27 cases against him during the entire period of the Congress and the NC alliance. None of them has stood ground. The Supreme
stop
Court
complaining
said that
about
you need to give him... No, let me finish. No, I'm not complaining. I'm not. I'm merely bringing the facts to the fore, and I'm coming to it. You need to understand that. Just the facts. Second is, the Supreme Court has clearly said that if you file anything else under public order and you detain him, you must give a week's time for him to appeal judicially for his rights. Now, when the Home Minister says fresh grounds are needed, when the Home Minister...
You're sounding like an advocate for Masarat Alam.
No.
The BJP is sounding like an advocate
for
Masarat Alam.
No. I'm not an advocate for Mr. Masarat Alam. He's entitled to his, but I certainly am an advocate, and I would speak a language that's correct in law. Let's go to the next point. When you say that Mr. Rajnath Singh says there's no fresh ground, the fact is the 27 grounds that existed preceding this, nothing has been able to happen on that.
My God.
Obviously, you need a ground that is going to lead. Now, next
Is this the same BJP or what happened to the BJP?
No, it is the state. No.
Is this the same BJP or is it a new party?
Our stand is consistent. Our stand is exactly what has been articulated, but we are not the Congress that we can impose emergency and do as we like. We like to go within law and ensure. That's why the
Sorry, but tell me what was all this?
The central agencies are going to. The central agencies are going to monitor. The state has also said anything wrong, action will be taken.
Okay. So Jyotiraditya Scindia will respond. I'm just sort of, I need to rub my eyes and pinch myself to believe that this is a BJP representative who's speaking. Because 1 week back, देश को धोखा नहीं देंगे, हमें भी आक्रोश आता है.
पर देश को धोखा दे नहीं रहे हम.
Don't question our patriotism.
दे नहीं रहे हैं.
You are building a case for Masarat Alam. Let all the viewers listen tonight. Let all the viewers of the Newshour say tonight that for the sake of keeping their government, the Bharatiya Janata Party is building a case for an anti-national man called Masarat Alam.
Why there are such
Jyotiraditya Scindia,
in Jammu and Kashmir. Perhaps Mr. Scindia can throw some light.
Well, we'll go into the details.
Why this situation has come up?
Well, I mean, the situation has come up because you're in government. The situation has come up because you've allowed yourself to be blackmailed by the BJP. The situation has come up, Mr. Nalin Kohli, because you don't care what happens to this country and what happens to Jammu and Kashmir as long as you keep your unholy alliance with the PDP together. But I'll let Jyotiraditya Scindia respond.
That's a very strong statement.
Yes, it's an honest statement. I believe so. I think so. Even you would have thought so.
No, it's a conviction. It's a conviction, but it may not be correct.
Unlike you, I don't change my positions every 3 days. Jyotiraditya Scindia responding.
Neither have ours.
Jyotiraditya Scindia responding to you. Mr. Scindia.
I'd just like to, Arnab, see my good friend Nalin's reaction if there was any other government which was not a alliance government in J&K, where you had a chief minister making statements like he has done, thanking Pakistan and the militants for a peaceful election, ministers in the government saying that Afzal Guru had been treated shabbily, then releasing people such as this.
That's true.
Would the BJP be speaking in the same vein? Number one. Number two, just Arnab, look at the contrast between the statement between the Prime Minister of India sharing the akrosh of the Southern, talking about Rashtrahit and Ekta और अखंडता एक साथ इस संसद में से उठनी चाहिए, and giving us a pravachan on Ekta and Akhandata, and the Home Minister making a very strong statement that we don't do Rajniti, we will do Rashtrahit. And just look at the backtracking today, because very clearly they find themselves between a rock and a hard place and compromise.
Not
the
at all.
letter that you showed
Not
on your
at all.
channel yesterday, the 24 days of wherein they could have taken action but they did not when they had government rule, they don't have an explanation. So now they are both PDP and BJP speaking the same language.
No, so Mr. Nalin Kohli, the Prime Minister said...
Nothing can be further from the truth.
No, Prime Minister...
That the PDP and the BJP, have known positions that don't seem in the public area to be meeting each other is a fact.
It is perfectly
We have our strong
I'm
views
sorry,
on
Nalin
things.
Kohli.
However,
no, there is no difference
just
between
because
you and the
Congress,
PDP now.
Just because the Congress...
there is no... One second. First of all, Mr. Kohli, one minute.
Goswami, let me finish.
Mr. Kohli, one
Just
minute.
a point, Mr. Goswami.
Mr. Kohli, a minute.
Mr. Goswami, just a point. Mr. Goswami,
No,
just a
Mr.
point.
Kohli, you
Let
can't
me
get
finish.
away with this. Today...
Mr. Scindia, I've had you listen to you patiently. Let me just finish a counterpoint. So the point is, just because the Congress is today a spurned suitor, that doesn't give them the right to start teaching nationalism and coming up with all. They would like to concentrate on 20 days, make a charge that is not based. Of course I will, because the point is the same. The truth remains the same. So am I going to change my language and the truth just because we have been on two different channels? Come on, Mr. Scindia, it doesn't work like that. So let's come back to the fundamentals. Mr. Scindia is in his rights to ask questions. I can understand his excitement on hearing the Prime Minister speak. We didn't hear the Prime Minister speak for 10 years. Now that's a different model. Here a Prime Minister speaks, assures the nation. There the Prime Minister neither spoke, so we couldn't get an assurance for the nation. So the Prime Minister will do exactly what he has said.
1 second.
The coalition politics of Jammu and Kashmir, there are differences, but there is also an area we work together.
Let's proceed logically, Mr. Kohli.
From the Prime Minister's statement
Yes.
to the spokesperson statement.
Total change from the Prime Minister's statement to the spokesperson's statement. In fact, Mr. Nalin Kohli is openly contradicting Narendra Modi tonight.
Not at all. Not at all.
You are openly and totally contradicting Narendra Modi tonight.
I am never going to. I would never contradict my party leadership, and certainly not the Prime Minister. You are entitled to arrive at a conclusion. It may not be correct to Mr. Goswami. I stand by my words. I am saying the Prime Minister has assured the nation, and with regard to what the Home Minister said, I pointed out the facts.
Okay, should we then debate this, Mr. Jyotiraditya? I thought you would concede. You had the option of saying sorry. You had the option of maybe saying yes, but to stay in politics, we sometimes have to compromise, sometimes we have to be hypocritical, and sometimes we have to feign some kind of amnesia that we don't remember what we said one week back.
That's good advice for the Congress party, but not sometimes, always.
But you picked up all the wrong traits of the Congress party. You don't like the 44 number.
Not at all.
I'm sure you wouldn't like to be down to 44 soon, but you know there are certain sets of circumstances that led the Congress to 44.
Would you like no government that is elected by the people to be in Jammu and Kashmir?
No, I just want to know. I want to know from you, sir, and a very serious question, and all the viewers watching this tonight. There is a Prime Minister of India, Mr. Nalin Kohli. The Prime Minister of India, on the floor of Parliament, said, and I quote, "There is anger in the country, akrosh, and I in the House, and I join them. I assure the nation," these are the words of the Prime Minister, "I assure the nation that whatever is happening in the state, by which he was talking about the release of Masarat Alam, is not being done in consultation with the central government. Central government has not been informed." Okay, so there are 2 points which emerge, and let viewers, this is a very serious subject, which is why I began with the one versus one. 1 minute. So the Prime Minister is therefore saying the simple thing, and Jyotiraditya Scindia, you can also respond to this. The Prime Minister is saying, A, I don't approve of the release of Masarat Alam. B, I didn't know about it, my government didn't know about it. Obviously, therefore, then you expect that when someone of the stature of the Prime Minister of India says, "I assure the nation," everybody, Nalin Kohli, will believe that the Prime Minister intends to rearrest Masarat Alam. Okay, 1 week passes. No, 1 minute. No, what do you mean? Then why is the Prime Minister assuring the nation? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did the Prime Minister assure the nation? Jyotiraditya Scindia, did the Prime Minister assure the nation?
Let him speak, then I will answer that.
Did the Prime Minister assure the nation?
He assured the nation. he assured the nation. B, your point is even more important, that he said that the central government was not aware of the process of release. When this letter was issued, Arnab, the 4th of February of this year, there was President's rule in J&K. J&K state is governed by the central government during President's rule. So this was issued during President's rule. Therefore, the BJP central government was completely in the knowledge of this letter being issued, of the process of release beginning. So A, if they knew it, they didn't do anything. If they didn't know it, shows their irresponsibility in terms of governance during President's rule. Either way, they have to answer.
No. One sec. Nalin Kohli, therefore, remember, this letter here, which we have put out, and Jyotiraditya Scindia has been quoting from these letters and for Newshour debates last couple of days. My point is, today you can't come on TV after having assured the nation and say, hello, you know what, we can't do anything because there was a government of Omar Abdullah, they didn't approve the detention in time. You know exactly why Omar Abdullah didn't.
I was pointing out.
One second. You know exactly why Omar Abdullah didn't. Omar Abdullah allowed. Omar Abdullah. One second. Omar Abdullah.
That's not the model we'd like to. That's why they're out of power.
It was the October 9th. It was the 8 or 7 week run up to the elections in Jammu and Kashmir. At that point of time, Omar Abdullah obviously did not want to antagonize.
No,
sir. He did not.
Yes, I understand.
So, no, he did not want to. So, one minute.
It was to be done in 12 days.
One minute. He did not want to antagonize separatist, anti-India, pro-Pakistan elements because unfortunately these regional parties play to their tune. Fine. But you are the BJP. And you always used to say this is exactly... No, 1 second, sir. 1 minute. One minute. You used to say this and you said this in the run-up to the Jammu and Kashmir elections. We will not do these things. We won't let the anti-national elements, pro-Pakistan elements get away. Like these people, these regional parties, let them get away. Today, you have done exactly the same thing.
May I have a chance to put across my point of view?
Sir, you have done exactly the same thing.
Let's go one by one. I've understood the sum and substance and the spirit of what you're asking. So let me just answer that.
You want to respond. Jyotiraditya,
after. Of course, because the question is being asked of me. So therefore, let's go one by one.
Yeah, sure.
The Home Minister has said that this advisory has been sent and central government agencies will also monitor, as it's the responsibility of the state government, because law and order is, for them to see if anything gets wrong, immediate action has to be taken. Just to remind Mr. Let me remind Mr. Scindia also, because he quoted a previous program. He quoted a different program.
Mr. Scindia wants to counter you.
The Finance Minister of Jammu and Kashmir was on record to say that if anything incorrect happens, we will be there to take action under law.
Mr. Scindia, respond.
That's one. One more.
One by one. Let the response go one by one. Let the response, Nalin Kohli, let the responses also go one by one.
Let me come to the Prime Minister of India. The Prime Minister of India, of course, has assured, and when he shares that the anguish, has anything happened that has been breaking of law that we have condoned or ignored? The point here is, the minute something happens, this government will step down. When we found that Pakistan was preferring to speak with the separatists.
Oh, so you are going to wait.
We are very clear.
Wonderful.
Let there be something.
Understood. Understood. Watch it.
High command that will follow process of command.
I'm sorry. This is such inverted, and if I may say so, unfair logic that I find it difficult to believe that. What you're saying is what you're saying is 1 minute. What is the BJP saying? BJP is saying let something happen.
No.
1 minute. Let something happen.
Our anguish on Masarat Alam issue is well known. It's well documented. It's public. It's not behind anybody's back.
Okay, fine.
It's not behind anyone's back.
You are building a justification on television.
The Supreme Court ruling of 2013 exists. The Supreme Court ruling is there. The 27 charges of the Congress government in Jammu and Kashmir weren't holding ground. So the Home Minister says, and last, on
this
the
is so unbelievable. You are building. You are like an advocate for Masarat Alam tonight. I never thought the BJP representative would be an advocate for Masarat Alam.
Why would I ever be an advocate for Mr. Masarat Alam? But as an advocate, I will speak the language which is correct in law. Why would I want to break the law just because the Congress party has a history of doing so?
Jyotiraditya Scindia, I know you want to come in, but I want to make one point. Can I just make one point before I give it to you? I'll just take 30 seconds. My point is, Today, the BJP representative says, let something happen. So tomorrow, basically, what the BJP representative saying is, let there be a terrorist attack, let the Pakistanis come in, let there be more infiltration.
I never said that.
No, 1 minute. Let there be infiltration.
Not at all.
Let Masarat Alam tomorrow. What do you think? You think
it has been said by the Home Minister?
You think? So what are you talking about? So 1 second. So 1 second. Mr. Nalin Kohli. Mr. Kohli, do you think?
Difference between
Mr.
monitoring and sleeping.
Mr.
The
Kohli.
Congress may have run an administration.
No, Mr. Kohli. No, Mr.
We are talking of monitoring.
Yeah, we are talking.
The minute we see
Mr.
the risk of something happening,
Mr. Kohli,
we step in. Not after the incident.
Yeah, Mr. Kohli, just 1 minute. Don't be so much on the defensive. I hope you don't believe
that
Masarat Alam Masarat Alam, after coming out of jail, is a reformed man who's going to start a bakery and start baking cakes and then send the cakes to the BJP. The fact of the matter is he's an anti-national man. You know his record. You know what he's going to do.
Why would I be bothered whether he wants to start a bakery or not?
No, because you know his background.
Okay, fine. No, the agency is keeping track of him.
What agency?
The agencies, the minute they see something stepping out, there are central agencies and there's the state police.
One simple
and that's
point
what the advisory is all about. But certainly, we are not going to go immediately and pick a man when.
Then why did you lie to the country?
We have our views. No.
Why did you lie to the country? Raise expectations.
We haven't lied. We have reiterated our stand, which is absolutely something we will not compromise with. When it comes to nationalism and patriotism, we certainly don't require any.
One point.
Because that is something we can't compromise.
Here's a person.
Sure.
The BJP wants fresh grounds. Okay, I'll give you one ground, and Mr. Scindia, I'm coming to you. Is it not a worthy enough fresh ground that Masarat Alam on the 6th of February 2015, 2 days, okay? This letter is dated 4th. 2 days after this letter from the Secretary of the Home Department was issued, and very much during President's rule, he thanks Pakistan. He says, from the bottom of my heart, I thank Pakistan for the strength that you give me to sustain my anti-India struggle. That's not fresh grounds? That's not fresh grounds?
But if you go back, no, hang on.
What ground do you want?
That's the known stand of many separatists.
Oh, known
and some
stand.
of them have been on the channel too.
So this is the new stand of the BJP. No, watch out. The new stand of the BJP.
We disagree with that statement.
No, new stand of the BJP. No, new stand of the BJP.
We are certainly not going to accept something as stupid as that.
Sure. So frankly, the basic new stand of the BJP is, doesn't matter if you have threatened the country. If you have threatened the country in the past, it's all right to keep threatening the country. That's the new stand of the BJP.
Not
shocking to the core. Jyotiraditya Scindia responding.
No. May I remind you?
Sir, your argument is breaking down.
You made an important point.
No, I don't.
You made a very,
very important point. Jyotiraditya Scindia.
Of course, Mr. Goswami.
Jyotiraditya Scindia.
I may make unimportant points, but you can't.
No, Jyotiraditya Scindia. He wants to rebut.
Mr. Goswami, I can't claim to be in the same position, so I sometimes do make unimportant points.
No, Mr. Scindia wants to rebut. Mr. Scindia wants to rebut.
Point that you said anyone. No, hold on. What was the 1986 Mizoram Peace Accord with Mr. Laldenga, signed by the late Rajiv Gandhi, where Mr. Laldenga was an insurgent but swore his allegiance to the Constitution of India? Now, tomorrow there could be Naxalites,
sorry. Does Mr. No, 1 second. Show me one.
Surrender.
No, this is too much.
Policy for surrender of terrorists.
I'm not. This is just.
We don't agree with the Masarat Alam statement, but a blanket approach. Anyone who has allegiance to the Constitution is someone you can't do. That is basic point.
Mr. Nalin Kohli, Mr. Kohli, Mr. Scindia will respond to you. Mr. Scindia will respond to you. I never thought it would come to this pass that you're building a solid case for Masarat Alam. And show me one statement of this man where he swears allegiance to the Constitution of India. Mr. Scindia, please.
Not at all.
Not one. You'll find not one.
I gave you the example.
But I think the BJP's position is now being unraveled tonight on the
news. Masarat Alam.
Yes.
I'm quoting the example of Mr. Laldenga. You can't bring another example and link it up with this.
Jyotiraditya Scindia.
I have, if you can just give me a little bit of time, Arnab, because I've patiently waited for my turn.
All the time.
I have never seen such a diatribe of excuses as I'm hearing on this show today. Let's not forget, Arnab, that a year ago, this was the same party that talked about a chappan-inch chhati. We will stare any country that or any individual that threatens the integrity of India in the face and take action. And what has been the speak in the last 11 days of a party that has gone into alliance with this party? The other party says and thanks Pakistan for a free and fair election, thanks the militants of Kashmir, also goes about saying that Afzal Guru was not treated fairly, then releases this gentleman. And look at the not only the mute spectatorship, but the complicity of this BJP that was pumping up all this rhetoric in the last 1 year.
No,
if
last
this
1
is not
week.
a U-turn for the country, people of this country, what is a U-turn? And now you're trying to, please let me finish. And now you're trying to make all kinds of excuses and trying to defend the indefensible, which your own Prime Minister and Home Minister has not. Suddenly the BJP finds itself between a rock and a hard place. Are we to continue in this matrimonial and in this alliance, or are we going to defend it all the way through? And that's the position that they find themselves in. Number one. Number two, Arnab, my question has still not found an answer. My simple question was that if you're issuing this advisory now, and as Mr. Nalin Kohli says, quote unquote, your intelligence agencies are watching him, what were you doing in the period between the 4th of February and the 1st of March when there was no government in Jammu and Kashmir? Effectively, your BJP central government was governing that state. Please, Nalin, I had the respect to hear you out. Kindly give me those 2 minutes so that I can... Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Please go ahead.
So, therefore, the fact that you had a president's rule for 25 days, and in those periods, this letter was issued by the Home Ministry of J&K government, which works under the Central Home Ministry. And for 25 days, you didn't take any action on this letter. So my question still has not been answered. Were you aware of this letter? If you weren't aware of this letter, shows your irresponsibility towards governing a state in President's rule. If you were aware of this letter and decided to take no action, then I rest my case. I have nothing to say because you're complicit in this release. Answer the question.
No, this is a very critical moment in this debate, by the way, before Nalin Kohli comes in, because Maroof, Raza, welcome to the debate, and I have the head of the PDP's youth wing, Waheed Rehman. I'll come to you, Mr. Kohli. I'll come to you. This is a very, very important twist and turn in this debate, because the simple point is tonight, the honesty of the BJP is being questioned as far as the Masarat case is concerned. The facts are... Mr. Kohli, first you said we didn't know that this man was going to be released. Papers come, and then you say we are very angry, we are going to take action. It emerges that you knew. Then you said, okay, we will take some action.
You finish your question.
And we reassure the nation we will take action. 1 week passes, and now you say there is really no need for us to take any action. And meanwhile, this man is getting more and more support and preparing and thanking Pakistan, for on a daily basis, and saying that he is going to reignite fresh anti-India protests in Jammu and Kashmir. I mean, what is your game, Mr. Kohli? Maroof, Raza, what do you think? What is the BJP doing in this case?
Because I have to respond to also. Then
let's get Maroof in. Maroof, what is the BJP doing on this case? Because national security, internal security was your basic cornerstone.
I'd like to take Mr.
Mr. Kohli, this one case will destroy your entire edifice. This Masarat Alam case, Mr. Kohli, let me warn you, will destroy the entire edifice of the BJP's tough on national security issue. People are watching tonight. People are watching tonight.
And the people are watching.
People are watching you, sir.
And I'm completely rejecting that ground.
No, you can reject, but you want fresh action.
Votaries of Mr. Masarat Alam. Certainly not.
So, well, then,
how can we be fresh votaries of them?
You can't say that. I want to see...
Mr. Scindia goes ahead and says that where is the 56-inch chest?
You certainly are. You're certainly acting as the votary.
That every Indian has 56
and the people of this country are watching you act as the votary.
Away from Indians.
So the people are watching you now.
Okay. The third is about Mr. Scindia's other comment, which was a diatribe of excuses. I find that very funny. Coming from a party that came up with zero loss theory just a few years ago.
Answer the question.
The Prime Minister's...
Lalit, you're not answering my question.
So has Mr.
Lalit, please answer the question.
So has the...
To use Arnab's line, the nation wants to know. Please answer the question.
Okay, Mr. Scindia.
The nation wants to know.
Go down that route. Yes, Mr. Scindia, you can also be an anchor. Good for you. But let me come back to the substance of what we are debating. There is no change in stand of what the BJP
Please answer the question.
Consistently.
So answer the
Absolutely,
question.
and
No,
I'm answering
answer the
it straight.
question. No, answer
You are
the question.
questioning
You're not answering
the
Kohli, answer the question.
You're
but you are
obfuscating and you're not answering the question.
Nalin Kohli, answer the question. Answer the question. Is it not a worthy fresh ground?
Mr. Scindia is speaking on a 20-day period and ignoring 2,000 days preceding that, which is the complete incompetence of a government that couldn't find a single ground that could stick.
You said you didn't know.
Mr. Scindia.
Now it's clearly aware that you did know.
Now come back on didn't know. Well, let me answer that too. Just for the record,
Nalin, you're not answering the question.
BJP-ruled dispensation, governors in the BJP-ruled dispensation are not subservient to some party mandarin. Governors run by the constitutional
don't give me homilies.
And there is a
Nalin Kohli, that's all homilies.
there is a state act.
That's all homilies.
There is
Maroof,
a state
Raza coming
act
into
that
the
works
debate.
in Jammu and Kashmir.
Maroof, you see, no more.
Arnab, can I, Mr. Kohli, sir?
Yeah, Maroof.
Mr. Kohli, I just want to, Mr. Kohli, I've just heard your point of view and also the well-articulated views of Mr. Scindia. I just want to raise 4 or 5 quick pointers. One is that it is very clear to any observer, and people have been writing about it, commenting about it, that Masarat Alam's release is not end of story as far as release of many other separatists who are held on charges of all sorts. Now, if this whole situation is going to escalate, and in all likelihood it will, when more and more people will be released as part of Mr. Mufti's agenda, I understand, but clearly you guys are going to have to stay the course because of your alliance. How are you going to, what are your plans to provide a certain degree of stability in J&K when Masarat Alam and many others who are held in the jails are clearly known to have a track record to create a certain degree of turmoil out there which will soon become unmanageable as the previous stone-pelting incidents.
Maroof, 1 minute. You see tonight, Maroof, 1 minute. One second, please. You see Maroof tonight. The basic issue is what? We have the BJP which comes and says, there are no fresh grounds. Let there be some fresh grounds. I'm saying tonight, is it not a fresh ground?
Well, the last 27 have failed. Mr. Goswami, the last 27 have failed. So are you expecting us to
that's I'm sorry. I'm really, one minute.
And the Supreme Court has given a judgment on that also.
Mr. Kohli, did you take a tutorial? Mr. Kohli, did you take a tutorial from Mufti Muhammad Saeed before you came on the Newshour? You are saying 27 previous occasions. 1 minute. You are saying 27 previous. Sir, you are saying 27 previous times it did not work. You tell me. No, you tell me, Mr. Kohli, please listen to me. Mr. Kohli, listen to me. Is it not a worthy enough fresh ground that Masarat Alam, after being freed, threatens to reignite anti-India agitations in the valley, which can be a huge national security hazard, given the fact that the last time he indulged in such an activity, 112 people died in 2010. What has happened to the BJP?
So let me answer that straight. Let me answer that straight.
What reasons do you want?
Let me answer it. There are 2 points.
What reasons do you want? By the same logic, by the same logic, you will say tomorrow, I need fresh reasons to pick up a case against Hafiz Saeed. By the same logic, you will say, I need fresh reasons versus Hafiz Saeed.
Exactly, Arnab.
Or Syed Salahuddin, what are you doing?
That's a bad example. That's a bad example.
No, what bad example? What is
You certainly don't expect the police of Jammu and Kashmir or anywhere else to cross the border, go there and arrest him and come. That's a different issue. Let's not confuse. Maroof Raza has raised an important point about continuing with the policy.
Mr. Kohli.
He said the continuing with the policy of separatists and releasing them. May I just put it on the record and repeat exactly what the government has been saying, and that articulates the BJP stand too. For us, the government is not important. Our nationalism is.
Sir,
we are not going to do that, and that's very clear.
Sir, don't lecture.
Anything that is to be done, any decision. No, it's not lecture.
I'm sorry. Don't lecture.
Second point.
Standing for Masarat Alam is saying
Maroof, hold on.
Mr.
Maroof, let Maroof come in.
There's a different. No, hold on.
Mr. Kohli, can you please let me speak now?
Okay.
Mr. Kohli,
please. Go ahead.
Mr. Kohli, please let me speak. Mr. Kohli, please. I just want to make 3 or 4 quick points and then you respond to all of them. The first point is, it's very clear that if Masarat Alam could be released with the kind of reputation that he has and with the charges that are against him, I'm not going to be surprised that in the next 2 or 3 weeks, many more separatists are going to flood the streets of Srinagar. and this is going to happen
And if
as
that
part of
doesn't
the
happen,
BJP's
and
agenda,
if
as I
that doesn't
understand.
happen,
Now, how are you going
suggest
to...
how the security of
Sir,
Jammu and
please,
Kashmir can
sir,
be governed. We do
Mr.
need
Kohli,
and if
Mr.
that
Kohli,
doesn't
if
happen,
you...
Mr.
Sir, can
come
you
on.
please...
You are putting
Mr.
it in one way, but I'm giving you the
Mr.
counter.
Kohli,
If it doesn't happen...
No, Mr. Kohli, please allow me. Mr. Kohli, I've heard you for half an hour.
No.
Mr. Kohli, I've heard you for half an hour. Please let me make
I'm
my
not
point.
speaking. I'm not speaking.
You're not letting anybody else
speaking in the
speak.
middle.
I agree, you have a tough
Somebody else is
task.
speaking in the middle. Why,
Mr. Kohli,
Raza,
you
you're
have a
getting confused.
tough task. Mr. Kohli, okay, hear me out, please, sir. You see, you have a tough task defending a very embarrassing situation. And the point at issue is, I think you are going to go to any limits, as I understand, to try and uphold this alliance, which is an inconvenient alliance to start with. Now, what I want to ask is that, A, if national security is so important to you, sir, if national security is so important to you, this man is a clear national security threat, and so are going to be a number of other separatists who are going to follow suit on the suits of Srinagar. So if national security is so important, I mean, it's a simple logic of security that when a problem begins to erupt, you handle it then. You don't allow it to escalate into a huge proportion which will become unmanageable. The third point I wish to make is that Pakistan always clutches at straws in the wind. You have given them, after Mr. Mufti Muhammad Saeed's statement and now Masarat Alam's statement, that their masterminds and godfathers exist across the border in Pakistan. You are giving Pakistan and their High Commissioner here opportunities to create a further situation of instability in the valley, which now needs, and the people, as I understand, voted for good governance, stability and growth. Is this the path to good governance and stability and growth? And is this the convenient option for you, or is it the tougher option? Is it the tougher option, if you believe in national security, to put your foot down and tell Mufti Muhammad Saeed's government, put him back behind bars, because we feel 27 charges or no 27 charges, we feel this man is a threat to national security based on his record. Now revisit the whole situation and then deal with it pragmatically. And I agree entirely with your contention that the last government did nothing about it. But are you going to follow the last government, or all your chest thumping has come to an end because you want the government at any cost in J&K?
Mr. Nalin Kohli, people are watching you tonight, and this argument that the National Conference government didn't approve the detention in time, what Rajnath did not answer is whether the government of India ignored the letter dated 4th February, during which time the Home Ministry was notified of the detention order becoming void.
Okay, now
that's the point. 1 minute. If they didn't ignore this letter, why didn't they press fresh charges? You see, I question the motive, I question the timing, I question the intent, and I question
the action. That's exactly the point, Arnab.
But that's your job.
Your action,
but you should. Nobody is stopping you from questioning Mr. Goswami. That's exactly what you do. But let me give you a chance to answer. That's all I'm asking.
You have no answers.
Mr. Raza has raised 3-4 points. Let's go one by one.
You have no answers to
this has been articulated. Mr. Goswami, judge me after I finish speaking, not before. So therefore, let's go one by one. Mr. Goswami, what has Mr. Raza said? He has said that would we like to go down this route? First of all, no one has been released. Masarat Alam's case, what we had to say has been said. Second, that he would foment trouble. On that, an advisory is in place. There are central agencies that do their work, and there are state agencies, and there is clarity about that.
This man, just 1 minute. How can you say now? Jyotiraditya Scindia. How can you say now, Jyotiraditya Scindia? How can you say now we are going? No. This is like putting a school monitor. I'm sorry, Jyotiraditya Scindia.
That would be a new
February advisory or not.
To join the BJP. That's a different thing altogether.
Were they aware of the 4th February advisory or not? Was the central government under President rule aware of the 4th February advisory or not? And if they were, why did they do nothing about it? Mr. Nalin Kohli has to answer that question.
2000 days will you answer what you were doing?
Don't go back to the last 2,000 days.
Why shouldn't I go back?
Your government, I'm asking you a question.
27 charges
and
are
as Arnab says, the nation wants to know, were you aware of this advisory? Yes or no? Were you aware of this letter? And if you were aware of this letter, why did you not do anything about it?
The Supreme Court rejected them as it rejected 2G. The Supreme Court rejected it as it rejected Colgate. The Supreme Court has been rejecting everything you're doing. And you expect us to walk down that path? Mr. Scindia, that's never going to happen. And that happened with your Prime Minister, it happened with your President, it happened with everybody. So therefore, don't give me that. You have done everything which is not sustainable in law. We will do everything in sustainable in law.
You don't have an answer
the Home Minister of India.
What do you mean your Home Minister?
Okay, here's a question.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel, but you don't have an answer.
Were you aware of the 4th February letter or not? He's not subservient to some party leadership. Mr. Scindia, that's a separate model. Keep your model to yourself. Where Prime Ministers, Home Ministers, everyone, they do not have the power to represent the country. They have power to represent only the party to the permission that the party chief would tell them. So it's a different model. Keep your model to yourself.
Please answer
the question. Hold on, it's not rhetoric. I'm only pointing facts. I can argue on facts. I will leave the rhetoric to Mr. Scindia. Now let's go back one by one.
Are you aware of this letter?
I'm still not answering the question that Mr. Raza has asked, and I would like to come back.
Mr. Kohli,
let me answer the question that Mr. Raza has said.
If you are aware of this letter, why not?
Mr. Scindia.
If you aren't aware of
Mr.
this
Scindia, okay, tell me yes or no, where is Mr. Rahul Gandhi? I mean, yes and no answers are easy, they can be played in school. Our answer has been yes clearly on Masarat Alam. We have said we don't agree with it. Our answer is equally specific on yes, we will not allow these kind of things to happen. But will we break the law? Will we break the law like the Congress has? No.
No. The question is simple.
No, you need to bear in mind. Will we impose emergency the way the Congress has? No. Would we like to repeat the same mistakes done from Mr. Nehru down throughout the history in Jammu and Kashmir? No. Would we work in an alliance at the cost of India's interest? No.
Why are you not answering the question tonight? This is the
Which
typical
is the question?
way
I'm answering all of them. I thought I'd been answering many questions, Mr. Goswami.
Straight answer.
I'm not obfuscating anything. I'm merely pointing out what needs to be pointed out.
Yes, you are.
Waheed Rehman of the PDP. One second. Why now go to Waheed Rehman of the PDP? 1 second. Let's not be unfair to the PDP. He's been listening to the conversation for some time. Mr. Waheed Rehman, sorry to keep you waiting. Now, Mr. Rehman, a PDP minister, Imran Raza, has defended the release of Masarat Alam. He has blamed the media. He says the media has blown the issue out of proportion. Now, my question to you is, why should we not highlight the actions of your government in protecting a man, A, who is anti-national and spews venom against India through his provocative statements in support of Pakistan? Why should we not question that, Mr. Waheed?
Right in highlighting all the... You're absolutely right and entitled to highlight the issues which are of your concern. But I want to answer to
is it a matter of concern for you?
First of all, it is a matter of concern. But let me answer to the Congress person first.
No, Mr. Scindia, please stay. Mr. Scindia, stay.
Release of...
Yeah.
The reason they are very much surprised today with the release of Masarat Alam, it is a typical case of Congress minority politics in the whole of India and in Jammu and Kashmir state as well. The romance they have been doing with last 60 years with Jammu and Kashmir state is the Masarat Alam kind of releases. You need to understand, when we were in power with an alliance with Congress, we released thousands of separatists like Masarat Alam. Then it was not an issue for Congress that time, and they said it is reconciliation with Pakistan separatists. Today they have a problem when we release one person, for example, like Masarat Alam. The second important thing you need to understand, Masarat was booked in Congress government, but he was not charged.
No.
The reason he was not charged is because they want to do issues on minority politics, whether it is Gujarat, Bihar, all of
No.
Jyotiraditya
Scindia.
You need to understand.
No.
You need to understand it. They don't want to send a message that we are tough with minority.
They are not answering the question. My question is that
they are not documented. They are not documented, Masarat. Why do you fail to charge it, Masarat, from last 6 years?
Why did they not take any
Why did you allow
when the Prime Minister on the floor of the House says he is very angry and wants action to be taken?
When we were in alliance with Congress, we released thousands of militants and it was okay for Congress. They did not make hue and cry that time. Why was that okay in 2004, 7, 8? What happened at Congress of that time? that was reconciliation, that was peace process. And today when BJP does same, it becomes a difficult case for Congress. You need to understand, our mandate in Jammu and Kashmir is not for power, it's for peace. We are looking for we are not doing interstate reconciliation, but intrastate reconciliation.
How can you justify the release of this country of such a gentleman? I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. How do you my question here is how do you justify backing a man?
Mr. Goswami,
backing
you missed a very big statement from him. A huge statement. He also just confirmed the Congress always has played anti-minority kind of politics. Right from Gujarat, right up to this.
We are not backing
If you are not backing Masarat Alam, Waheed Rehman, if you are
Mr. Waheed Rehman has come out with a huge statement confirming also what the BJP has consistently been saying about the Congress, that they always play this kind of minority politics.
Yeah, exactly. That's
because
my point.
If you look at the history of the Congress party, if you look at the history of the Congress, the first accord led to shake that they had led to Sheikh Abdullah going to jail. The second one that they had, they dismissed the government. The third one they had with Farooq Abdullah under Rajiv Gandhi, they also broke that. So what is the whole problem of Jammu and Kashmir is because of the Congress politics.
No, once again, Nalin Kohli. But however, Nalin Kohli, remember this. Nalin Kohli. My last question is 2 minutes left.
No,
I'm just making one point. Nalin Kohli, 1 minute. Waheed Rehman, 1 minute, please. Waheed Rehman. I remember the Amarnath land row. I remember Nalin Kohli. I remember the position taken by Nalin Kohli in 2008. And I want to remind Mr. Nalin Kohli, in case he has forgotten, who is the man who commanded all those people during the Amarnath land row. That was a man called Masarat Alam. Today, I never thought today.
Yes,
this is the same man who launched the Quit Jammu and Kashmir movement.
There are a lot of people in Jammu and Kashmir who care about the national security of India more than you care.
27 charge sheets could not be made. Not one of them stood there for this. That is the responsibility of the Congress towards how badly they were running the administration there and ensuring that justice couldn't be done.
Maroof.
Arnab, can I please give me a minute? Give me a minute, please. All I want to say is
all the time. Let other people also
it was
speak.
already known that, Mr. Kohli, sir, give me a minute, please. I want to make just two quick points. One is, it was always known that the Valley and the people of Jammu were divided on Sir, please hear me. Sir, please hear me. Sir, please. All I'm saying is that it was known that the people of the Valley and Jammu were divided even when the election took place, and there are a lot of people who felt that alliance, which is an alliance of convenience, should not have happened. Now, I think with Masarat Alam's case, there will be greater polarization. How do you intend to bridge the gap? How do you intend to bridge the gap? The second point which I wish to make is, don't you think by showing support to Pakistan and that militants, B, releasing militant leaders like this, Masarat Alam and subsequently others, whatever is the past, we are now looking at a fresh future on J&K, which is what we have been promised. Are we going back to doing exactly what happened in the past and try and delude ourselves to say this is the future of J&K? Then how does it make you any different?
No, thank you, Mr. Raza, for raising a very important question. Are we going back to the past? May I just add, please, may I just finish this point? Excuse me, to my colleagues. So therefore, what I was saying is, that's an important point. The fact that the PDP and the BJP, the unlikeliest of political parties, are willing to keep aside, and I'm using these words carefully, keep aside their core ideological positions, not letting them go, but work for a common agenda of development for the state.
Sir, to ensure that if you want to develop the state, if you want to, no, one second. Nalin Kohli, what absolute hypocrisy. I'm going to end with Jyotiraditya Scindia.
This is not hypocrisy.
You want to develop the state?
Certainly not.
You will first have to keep.
Mr. Goswami,
So 1 minute, Mr. Kohli. Mr. Kohli, you will first have to keep.
The Congress is a spurned suitor.
Mr. Kohli,
they're keeping their common differences aside. The common differences are that in
common ideological.
Thanks Pakistan and militants. The common differences are that Afzal's Guru's process was wrong. The common differences are release of people like this gentleman. The common differences are that when you have a presidential form of government in J&K, you have a letter which you either deny or you don't admit. So this is the level of governance that we expect from the party.
When the PDP was in alliance with the Congress party, then Then, of course, the
Thank
PDP
you.
was
Arnab,
okay.
I need to-
Now,
I need
today,
to-
when
I'll
the
have to
PDP
teach
doesn't
you.
want to be with the Congress party,
At this
there's a lot to
point,
speak about
I just, one second, last word, please. Remember this, Nalin Kohli. That first, if you want to develop the state, you'll have to keep the state with you. You are releasing a man who has said, I'm going to work for the total liberation of Kashmir from India. You must be really fooling yourself. I
there are
thank
many
you
people
all
who
for
have said that,
joining
but
me.
Kashmir is
I
not
thank
going to
you
be
all for
liberated by
joining me on
anyone.
debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight. Let the viewers decide.